Hey everybody, this is Roy Candy, and this is Favorite Game Friday. We're having group of contributors with a completely different taste in gaming talk about their favorite game in the category of the week. This week we're talking all about what games would you like to play competitively, or is there a game that you try really hard at and try to compete against your opponents in? Make sure to leave in the comments down below what game you think you can do a really good job at, and let's get to all of our contributors' clips.
Favorite Game Friday, Board Game Loving Family. My name is Adam. This is my first contribution to Favorite Game Friday, so thank you for having me. My favorite, or my most competitive game is this baby here, Res Arcana. It's Upside Down by Tom Lehman. What's up, Z? I know you like this game a lot. I'm currently ranked number 2 ELO in the world on Board Game Arena, which is crazy and cool. I am probably going to be overtaken soon because there's somebody coming up hot on my heels who plays in big chunks of volume. Towards the end of the arena season, and they've got like over 2,000 games under their belt. I've got like 200, so I'll be overtaken by them, but then I'll overtake them and whatever. I only ever play arena competitive mode, and I only play turn-based because of my work schedule, and I only play 1 or 2 games at a time, so really low volume player, but I play arena competitive mode because all the best players play that, and I want to play against the best. Ironically, I've never played against the number 1 ELO player because they never play arena competitive mode. So what do I like about this game? It's a brilliantly designed game. Thematically, I really like how all the costs of all the components and their benefits are thematic. Mechanisms-wise, I like the 8-card deck and the open draft. And after the draft, I know 6 out of the 8 cards in my opponent's deck, which is huge. You don't have to have the best memory in the world to remember 6 cards. Coupled with the open information discard pile, you can get a lot of information from that. There's always a way to win by round 4, if not before, unless you make a mistake, which happens. By the end of round 1, I can always pretty much know my opponent's overall strategy. So yeah, that's my most competitive game, Res Arcana. Thanks for having me. Happy Friday.
Hi folks, Doug here from Sidetracks Board Game Club in Elwood City. When I'm looking for a really competitive game, one of my favorites of all time is a classic game, Power Grid. I love the fact that you're competing in multiple ways in this game. First of all, you're competing for different power plants in the power plant market, but then you're also competing area control-wise to control different parts of the board. And the board scales really well too. Depending on the number of players, you just cut off certain sections of the board and don't use that part. But I think my favorite part is the resource market. You have coal and oil and garbage and different things to power different types of power plants. And you can buy up some of the resources to make them more expensive for your opponents. And it's really great. I love to play this game with my brothers. And it always comes down, no matter what, we'll sit there for an hour or 2 and play this game. And it always comes down to just a few dollars. So it's super competitive and you compete in multiple ways. So one of my favorite games, Power Grid. Happy Friday.
Hey everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and I guess Favorite Game Friday this week is about games we would play competitively. And I'm not huge on competitive competitions like, I don't know, huge, big competitions. But I guess something I would like to play competitive, I think I'm good at, I think I can really do well if there's even a small tournament. I think the answer's obvious. It's Beat the 8 Ball. That's what, just kidding. Not Beat the 8 Ball. It would actually be Unmatched. Unmatched, I don't know about doing a huge World Series of Board Gaming type thing for me, but I do enjoy kind of round robin things with my friends. Everybody grabs different Unmatched characters. We actually have a D20 that we roll, and we can have to choose that different character. We have all the 20 characters or whatever. You roll and you choose that person. That's who you've got, and you run it back with Unmatched. So great game, great competition. I love it. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys. Happy Friday.
Hi, I'm Josh from the YouTube channel Josh Yaks, and I'm really not a competitive person. I do play to win, but for me the fun is in the playing, not in the winning. And so I've never really played any board games on a competitive level. That being said, though, several years back there was a dedicated website for playing Mr. Jack online that used to keep track of all sorts of detailed statistics. And at one point, I was a very highly ranked Mr. Jack player of all the players from all over the world that played on this site. And so there was a period of time there where it actually mattered to me whether I won or lost games of Mr. Jack specifically. Unfortunately, that website is now defunct. I do get to play it still on Board Game Arena, however, so I do get some online Mr. Jack in every so often. But other than that, whether I win or lose doesn't mean a great deal to me. Cheers.
All right, if I were to be competitive playing any game whatsoever, it would be this sweet gem down here. Pause for emphasis. What? I can't even read it. Stupid Dice Tower fans. It's Gizmos. It's Gizmos. That's one of my favorite games. Also, Chris didn't win this game, I think, until like our 7th or 8th play. So I feel like I at least used to be competitive in it. That's something, right? Anywho, let's see who's next on this cool video. Bye.
Hi, this week we're talking about games that I'm too competitive at, and that would be Scrabble. I find myself too competitive with that, so that's why I like games like Paperback Adventures and Illuminati, which are quality games. Thanks.
So I've played CCGs, competitively, a little bit of Magic here and there, doing a ton of like tournaments and Friday Night Magic and things like that. And then Redemption I played a massive amount of tournaments in. But as far as board games go, probably my go-to would be Dune Imperium. I really enjoy that game a lot. And then other than that, maybe Unmatched would be an amazing game to play at a competitive level, just because I really enjoy the head-to-head competition in that as well.
Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Libby, this is Julian, and together we are Boxed Meeples. Now, I think that I always want to win my favourite game. And one of my favourites is Yado. And to be honest, last time I played it, I came last. And that annoyed me. And that's why I've picked it today, because I realised how much it annoyed me, that I haven't quite managed to put all the bits of the puzzle together, and I'd made a few wrong steps along the way. And I think when it's a game where you've got lots of different levels of things and lots of things you've got to put together in one thing to make the magic work, make that engine really come together, or be able to complete a mission, as is in this game, particularly the hard missions, the black missions in here, when you get that moment and you manage to achieve that, it's amazing. And if you do those black missions in here, well, you're going to be one of the leaders for sure, if not the winner. And I didn't quite put it together last time, but that would definitely be one that I want to win.
Now, another side of me comes over when I am playing social deduction games like Among Cultists. I like to think I'm a nice, friendly guy. But if I'm a traitor, if I'm a cultist, if I'm a ne'er-do-well, if I'm a villain, and I'm hiding it from people, I lie and cheat my way through like there's no tomorrow. I turn into the worst person, and everyone thinks I'm this really awful person and points their finger at me, which I don't know why they do that, but it always seems to be a case of just assuming I'm the villain. Because, yeah, I just get really involved in deception when it comes to social deduction games, particularly when I'm the villain. I always want to win.
It's always interesting to think about those games that you would try really hard at and compete in. Normally I like to play games way more casually. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy board gaming, but it's interesting to see which games people think that they can do the best at and compete against their opponents in. Thank you so much for joining us here on Favorite Game Friday. Do make sure to check out our contributors from all around the internet who join us here on Favorite Game Friday. It's always awesome to see everybody who joins in, and we would love for you to be a part of Favorite Game Friday. All you have to do to be a part is just do a super short video for the topic of the week, and next week's topic is going to be spooky games. We're in that Halloween October season, and we always like to talk about the games that you think would make a good spooky games list. What games do you think would fit into the theme of Halloween style stuff? Make sure to leave your favorite in as a video down below, and you can be a part of next time's Favorite Game Friday. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us here, and I'll see you on the next one.